What's going on, guys? BladeZilla here, and today we're taking a look at a pair of YAN Knives Chevrons. You will have seen a video in the past where I compared a number of different versions and variants of this knife in kind of everything from micarta to titanium and everything kind of in between. I think I had some carbon variants as well and a bunch of different options, some loud, some 80s style, some plain carbon. Anyway, we've got some new variants available that are going to be added to the store here. Probably within a day or so of this video, one way or the other. And simply put, I wanted to do a quick video talking about it and showing the knives in person and kind of go from there. So I guess what we'll do is we'll start with the full DLC. Both of these are obviously full DLC with the ZircuTi inlays. Lots of details. There's a thumb hole version and a thumb stud version. We are currently stocking both. And lots going on these knives. Lots of cool stuff to talk about. And let's, I guess, start with this one before we kind of get into too much detail. Quick reminder, guys, check out BladeZilla.ca. That's my website. In Canada, lots of cool stuff ready to rock and roll. BladeZilla.ca just added some T1000 V2s. Just updated some quantities on some bunch of Riet, a bunch of YAN knives. Still have a strip left, Shirogorov, some CKF, all kinds of really good stuff on BladeZilla.ca in Canada. So where do we start on this? Well, I guess, as is customary, we should start with some measurements on the Chevron, which is quickly becoming a real cool EDC with some really great feedback. 7 5/8 overall length. With a blade length of right around 3 3/8. I'm not doing this with a spec sheet, so plus minus an 1/8 of an inch or whatever, but you're coming up on that 3.5 inch to the center of the choil, which is just a really good size for everyday carry. 4 1/4 on the handle, and then like I said, what I say, just under 7.5, 7 5/8 overall, something like that. Just a really good everyday size. In terms of weight on these, let's get my gram scale out here. And we'll get a weight on each variant, just because sometimes people do ask the difference between the two. So there we go. Ounces on the thumb hole variant, 4.3. Let's just double check that. 4.3, and then we will grab the thumb stud variant, which should in theory be a little more, 4.4. And why I say that is obviously we have a no cutout on the blade and a thumb stud, so 0.1 of an ounce there. Not too shabby. For me, comparing the two of them, you have the same blade, obviously, same handle, all different inlays. Remember, it's ZircuTi, so every single one of these knives, and I don't have the exact quantity that are made in front of me, but I know they're not as common, definitely, with these inlays. They're going to all be different, and you can even see that between the two here. Maybe I'll hold them up together. See if the camera can multitask. They're all going to be different, and the beauty of this is the light hits them. You get some purple, you get some blue, you get some whites, some silvers, some darks, some grays. It's a little bit of everything, and it's certainly loud at certain lights, but as you kind of hide in the darkness a little bit with some of the shadows, it certainly mutes it right out. For me, in the store, I will say the thumb hole version has been a little more popular, and it may be because I've brought in more of them and that was what's been available. From a usability, they're almost identical. You can flick it out. It just depends how you like to deploy the knife. I think the thumb stud variant is really natural in hand and quite comfortable, and this particular one with ZircuTi that I'm going to show you in a sec here has some really nice elements that I haven't really seen on a lot of knives, but that ZircuTi is actually in the thumb stud, so I'm excited to show that. But really usable drop point knife with that kind of full DLC coating on it, YAN knives on top there, and then that nice kind of fake nose. No, it's not sharp. You're not going to cut yourself. I guess you could if you really wanted to, but I don't think you're going to. On the flip side, we have some more inlays, just like on the full tie variant. Got a couple windows in there. Nicely done, and then the ZircuTi clip, which is just a really nice touch. My only drawback from DLC is it just shows fingerprints. That's kind of it. On the inside, I can't recall if there were some big pockets or just some little pockets taken out. Let's take a look. I love looking inside these, how you can see that ZircuTi backspacer too, with the light hitting it. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, we got a couple little pockets taken out here and there, but that's more to facilitate, I think, the inlays. Nothing too crazy on the inside. I don't think they're individually numbered unless I'm missing something. They are Magna Cut as well. And I thought, have they all been Magna Cut or were they M390? I can't remember. I'm going to have to check on that. One sec. Yes, I was right. The older variants were all Magna Cut as well. So I have actually just updated, as I'm filming this, I just updated my listing to include the fact that they are Magna Cut. I just, for some reason in my head, I was a little bit unsure if it was M390 or Magna Cut. But super sick. DLC Magna Cut on these. That's great. There's not going to be too many complaints on that. We've got the Christensen logo on there as well, which is really cool as well. Kind of that white ano, or laser. Back to what I was saying though, I don't think they're individually numbered anywhere, not that I'm aware of. Could be wrong, but who knows. Let's kind of go back to the thumb stud variant. Like I said, both have been wildly popular, just because it's a really good price point for materials, titanium, ZircuTi, Magna Cut, and just a really well done knife. Good design. Let's see if I can flick this one. There you go. That's about as good as I'm going to get with a camera 6 inches behind it and my hand in a complete wrapped around configuration. Same blade shape on this one as well, as we can kind of see. Very consistently done as well. That DLC is just gorgeous. And you actually have a bit of a flat as well across the top here. And then as I mentioned, that ZircuTi thumb stud, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up too well, but it's a nice little touch to wrap around the ZircuTi collars and then the ZircuTi inlays and backspacer. Just nicely done all the way around. Really full on, just murdering it with these materials. And that particular clip is quite nicely done. Look at the waving on there. Ooh. I might have to yank this one. This is nice. These videos that I do typically are the ones I will actually photograph as well on the site. I get asked that quite a bit. Are they the same knives? And typically they are. So I'll grab one and I'll film it, if I film it, and then that'll become the photograph variant that's found on the site. And sometimes they go up. It's pretty cool. As I've kind of talked about here, we've got, 2 on the clip, not internally attached. T10s, I think, T8s, they look pretty big. As well as on the back, as well as on the lock bar, as well as on the actual pivot itself. We've got some Torx kind of all the way around. And it looks like the hardware does thread into itself. I'm assuming, I'm not going to take it apart and look, but they could connect or they could screw into the backspacer. Not too sure on that one. Pretty cool. And then on the inside of this one, same, should be identical. Yes, identical. Get a nice peek at the ZircuTi backspacer underneath. Looks great. Light's bouncing off, reflecting like the gills of a fish. They all have a lock bar insert on a metal lock bar and should have an over travel. Yes, an over travel stop. That basically means when you have a factory frame like this, they put a factory bend into the lock bar as to integrate with the blade steel. Yeah, lock bar insert acts as kind of a high wear material between the titanium and whatever blade steel you have, so it's replaceable and tunable, right? Because you want that to wear before the other materials, in theory. So you just change it there, boom. It's just so easy. Action-wise, it's on bearings, quite smooth. Really no issues with these. Like I said, these are, in terms of what I'm selling on the site right now, they have some of the highest value, I'd say. You know, obviously they're Chinese made, being Yan, I believe. Don't quote me on them. I think they're made by Riot. Just based on the packaging themselves, I think they're Riot made. But don't quote me on that. They look very, very well done. And a lot of people are really enjoying them. And now the question that I have to ask you, are you team thumb stud or are you team thumb hole? or you team doesn't matter and you grab both. I've had a lot of customers grab both and they really like both variants. And some mix it up. They grab a tie in this, a carbon in that, a DLC at some point, I imagine, and whichever their preference is. I think both look great. It's just kind of what you choose, what you're feeling that day. But I'll tell you this, when I ordered these, I didn't actually know they had the ZircuTi in them, because I think I only had 2 of the tie with the ZircuTi that came in like that, and they moved immediately, like within the first 5-10 minutes on the site. And I thought these were just full DLC, because when you look at the box, they just say tie black DLC Magna Cut. That's the description. So I wasn't expecting these inlays. And if you would have told me, hey, how do you think ZircuTi would look with full DLC? I'd go, well, I don't know. I kind of like my full tie, like just kind of a nice tie or a blasted tie with ZircuTi. It works well. But now seeing it against a black backdrop, this is changing things for me. This looks really, really nice. It's been a bit of a pleasant surprise. Personally, I think it looks great. It's just different, right? And then that in conjunction, the clips are just gorgeously done. And then the little window on the back, I just think is a little unexpected at this price point. They don't normally touch the back of a knife. I think these are like $400 Canadian. They don't really normally touch, not these, sorry, like the Chevron full ties, I think are $400. These, I imagine, I'll have to look, but I imagine they're, I'm assuming twice the price, something like that, just because of the materials alone. DLC will command more, ZircuTi will command more. But even at that price point, say it's $800, it's like ridiculous value. It's pretty cool. Fit in hand, let's take a look here. Really nice jimping, and actually quite a bit of jimping. If I were to change this up, I'd probably add a little jimping to the top of the frame to kind of extend that, give you more options depending on carry and hand size. But quite nice. My thumb falls right on it and about a 1-inch length. Quite nice. I'm an extra large glove, and I've got more than enough room in my hand for about a 1/4 finger hanging off, 1/2 finger. Quite nice. I think I'm actually going to grab one of these. I don't know which one, but I'll probably grab one of these and actually put one in my case, try it out for a couple months, because I just think it's a great size. You know, thumb stud. I don't know if you can reverse flick this. I'm assuming if you can get your finger in there, I'm assuming you can reverse that, flick that, which is probably why a lot of people I've seen really like the thumb hole. But the thumb stud, it's just such a classic design and gives you kind of that lefty mentality if you, depending on how you carry it. You know, you can easily flick it out on the back as well. So, which one do you guys like? Which one's the best? Any preference? I think they're both pretty sweet. Anyway, figured I'd do a quick video on these just to show them. Let's see if I can get it to fly out here. No. There we go. Just to kind of show these guys in their natural habitat with some light. Got some daylight in front of me here, and you know, I'm all about kind of just being able to show this. I try to show some of these stuff on the shorts. I don't know if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, but I try to throw a short up every day or two just to kind of show some of the stuff that's kind of coming through the store when they launch. It's always fun to kind of get a little heads up on YouTube. So throw a like on the video, throw a subscribe on the channel, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, as well as Facebook, and check out the site, BladeZilla.ca. Lots of cool stuff coming. I can tell you right now, there's some absolute fire coming down the pipe in the coming weeks here, so pretty excited about that stuff. And then I guess that's all I got for you. I've done the weight, done the measurements, kind of done a quick around the show on all the knives, so I'm pretty stoked. So there you go. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and have yourself a fantastic week. Enjoy it, stay warm, and until Thursday, we'll see ya. Peace.